Please don't slip over.
I guess we'll go into the mud.
I'd like to invite the guests to please be standing. I had a really good question. Who presents their beautiful daughter to be married?
I do.
Oh, Anthony, you want to come and take the mic and go?
Do I have to?
Absolutely. This is what you've been waiting for.
I do.
You want to give a kiss or shake hands? And you can give your beautiful daughter a kiss as well. Oh, how cute is
Two
that?
in one day.
I know. For a long time.
Isn't that awesome? I'd like to invite the guests to be seated. I was just listening to the words of that song about Brown Eyed Girl. I thought, has she got brown eyes? And then I thought, yeah, you do. Yay, good song for you. So welcome everyone to James and Brooke's surprise wedding. Today is about love, and it's about the ultimate commitment a couple can make to each other. You can join hands. You won't bite, I don't think. But more importantly, it is about you two, James and Brooke. Special guests, welcome. My name is Renee Wilkins and I'm an authorised marriage celebrant. As a close family and friends, we are so pleased to be here to witness and celebrate the love that you both share and to charge our glasses to you this afternoon as we stumble back up the hill, I imagine. So we're now going to begin with a candle lighting ceremony in honour of Brooke's great-grandparents, Grands Thelma Sheldrick, Grands Norma Sheldrick. I'd like to invite James and Brooke to light the pillar candles. I'll invite you over there. Yeah, I got it out for you. Oh, all part of the service. So today we've come together to celebrate the love of these two people and the life they're building together. As many of you know, Brooke's great-grandparents have passed away. And in times like this, it can be more important than ever to honour those family members that have played such a vital role in one's life. I know that they'd be delighted to see that they've each found a wonderful partner to spend the rest of their lives with. Although it'd be easy for their passings to make it a sad occasion, Thelma and Norman would want to see you all so happy today, celebrating and full of joy. So today let's remember how precious life is and the wonderful future and be thankful to that James and Brooke are creating together today. Who thought it was an engagement party? Yeah, oh good, so did I. Yeah. It's a wedding, isn't it exciting?
Absolutely.
Yeah, anyway, I'm excited. We're going to go back to the centre. I've been counting down the sleeps to this wedding. I've been so excited. So how did the love story of James and Brooke begin? Well, I'm the lucky one to share it with you all. And let's just say it's not talking about Tinder either, which is good. You must be happy about that, Mum. Yes. James and Brooke used to go to the same primary school. They didn't know each other well, but knew of each other. Many years later, she was training at the Challenge Fitness gym, where she saw this big guy. Flexing in the mirror, she used to call him Ego Man. Turns out he was a personal trainer. Weeks go past where she didn't see him anymore. Brooke then messaged him on Instagram to see if he was okay and where he had been. They got talking more and decided he would be her personal trainer to help her lose some weight. After many training sessions and reaching her goal weight, they became great friends. Well, actually even best friends, sorry girls. He encouraged her to try powerlifting and weightlifting, which pushed her to a limit. Brooke was already in a relationship, but James never once tried to push their friendship any further. Well, that's a gentleman, James. James is. He's honest, trustworthy man. During and after the brutal breakup, he supported her and helped her work through her heartbreak. After that, they decided to take their friendship to the next level, and guess what? She has never looked back. He's good, hey? Yeah. The girls approve too. Fast forward to the proposal. James spent months organising and designing Brooke's engagement ring, so it was perfect. He had many different plans to propose that Brooke's family knew of, including a hot air balloon, a trip away, a movie world, or even out to dinner. Is that right, Dad? But none of these felt too right to him. James then remembered Brooke had dreamt of a place that she wanted to be proposed at. He then decided to book tickets to SeaWorld in Queensland. On the 27th of October 2021, they headed there. He was so nervous that she would see the ring box in his pocket. They walked around in the heat, laughing and sweating. He then asked Brooke if she wanted to go see the polar bear enclosure. Brooke jumped in excitement and they walked there. They got to the underground enclosure where it was just the two of them. She was facing the glass and he was talking to the polar bear. Did the polar bear talk back to him?
Yeah.
He then, dropped to one knee, as the polar bear said, and she turned around and he didn't even get the chance to finish asking when she yelled at him, a big, loud yes. She then helped him up, jumped on him for a hug and a kiss. How good is that? So it's no wonder we're all here today to witness the chapter of this pair's love story, a story that began over 2 years ago. I mean, you guys look so young, but gee, it's crazy, isn't it? When I first met with this gorgeous pair, I asked them both what it was that they loved about each other, and it was definitely easy for them. As a matter of fact, the list was exhausted, but we were able to narrow it down to a few. James loves the following things about Brooke. He loves Brooke's butt. Her giggle, it never ends. She continues to care for him even when it's difficult. And lastly, he loves her tenacity. And as for Brooke, she adores the following things about you, James. She loves that James always waits until she sits down to eat his food, even if it goes cold. James always holds her hand when walking and will never let her walk along the road by herself. He always makes her feel comfortable and pretty, no matter what she is doing or wearing. And she loves that he can make her laugh, even when she's very mad at him. So James and Brooke, you've made a public declaration to the world that you intend to spend the rest of your lives together, that you'll surprise each other and show each other daily just how much you mean to one another. I wish to read a passage from Robert Fulghum. You have known each other from that glance of acquaintance to this moment of commitment. So that's where you're there with the dumbbells. Wait. At some point you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed you have been making commitments in an informal way. All those conversations that were held in a car, over a meal, all those during those long walks, all those conversations that began with, when we're married, and continued with, I will, you will, we will. All those late night talks that included someday, somehow, and maybe. All those promises that are unspoken matter of the hearts. All these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows you're about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we promised and hoped and dreamed. Well, I meant it all. I meant every word. Look at one another. That's good, you guys are really meant for each other. Usually people are looking around, so it's good you're looking at one another. And remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another. An acquaintance, a friend, a companion, a lover, a dancing partner, even a teacher. We have learned so much from one another over the last few years. Shortly you shall say a few words that will take you across the threshold of life, and things between the two of you will never be quite the same. For after today you'll say to the world, this is my husband and this is my wife. So when you check out tomorrow, call him hubby. And guess what? She's always right. Yes, dear. As a government-appointed marriage celebrant, I'm to remind you both of the celebrant authority. I, Renee Elizabeth Wilkins, am duly authorised by law to solemnise marriages according to law. Before you are joined in marriage, in my presence, in the presence of these witnesses, I'm to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you are now about to enter. Marriage, according to law in Australia, is the union of two people, to the exclusion of all others, voluntarily entered into for life. James, do you finally take Brooke to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Do you promise to love her for who she is, even when she makes no sense to you?
I sure do.
Do you promise to love and protect her for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Do you promise to always spot her on heavy lifts, clean the cat litter out, and touch her butt every day?
I definitely do.
What, the cat litter? Brooke, the day has come. Do you take James to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I do.
Do you promise to love him for who he is, even when it seems he is purposely making you mad?
I do.
Do you promise to love and honour him for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
And do you promise to help him out of bed, grab his walking stick, and remind him to take his medication every day?
I definitely do.
James and Brooke, you're now about to make promises to one another. Today, these marriage vows and beautiful words represent even more beautiful intentions. You'll find that as you live these vows over the years, investing your time, your love, and your commitment towards one another, the happy times will be twice as happy because you'll have someone to share these special times with you. And when life gets tough, it'll only be half as bad because there'll be someone by your side. So James, I invite you to surprise Brooke with your vows. He brought them, he didn't forget.
Brooke, the love of my life, the most gorgeous, beautiful, stunning woman in the world. Little did I know the day I met you how much it would change my life. You have never failed to bring a smile to my face. The day I met you, I could tell how amazing and special you were at our very first session. From the grueling sessions to the laughs, to the tears, and the awesome burgers from Burger Urge, you have made my life absolutely complete. I vow to support you through all the good and the bad times. Put away your weights and plates when you are done and smack your butt when you least and most expect it. I vow to always stand up and protect you and stand by your side, whether it be in the gym, through our studies, or even through illness and sands of times. For you are the shining light through the darkness and my soulmate through all the time. I look forward to all the amazing memories, experiences and adventures to come, where I promise to always love you and to never wear matching socks unless paired with Crocs. And yes, no matching socks.
And we now need the rings, actually. So if we can have Brooke's ring, please. Yeah, around here, my friend. And I invite you to place on Brooke's left hand her ring and repeat the following words after me.
Please take this ring
Please take this ring
as a symbol of my love,
as a symbol of my love,
faithfulness,
faithfulness,
and commitment forevermore.
and commitment forevermore.
Okay, and we're going to do the legal part of the vows.
I call upon the person
I call upon the person
here present to witness
here present to witness
that I, James Allen John Mitchell,
that I, James Allen John Mitchell,
take you, Brooke April Foley,
take you, Brooke April Foley,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
I mean, being in the army, I have to get that right, don't I? You sounded like you're on command there. Like. You're very upright. How do you feel, Brooke? Oh, don't. Oh no, what did I tell you? They're not there.
Repeating after the dutiful vows, James.
James, you're my best friend, my happiness, my love, and my rock. You always support me, encourage me, make me feel safe, and make me laugh even when I don't want to. You always put my needs first, and are always so selfless. Every day I'm excited waking up next to you, even though sometimes you aren't always next to me. But knowing I have you in my life makes me look forward to being alive. I cannot wait to spend our lives together side by side. I I promise to love, cherish and support you. I promise to always face things head on and be honest and open in our marriage. Thank you for coming into my life. I love you so much.
And I'd like Jess to bring forward James's ring. Well done. I'm liking this this theme you've got going. It's very good. Star Wars, eh? Yeah. And I invite you to place on James's left hand.
Please take this ring
Please take this ring
as a symbol of my love,
as a symbol of my love,
faithfulness,
faithfulness,
and commitment forevermore.
and commitment forevermore.
And I invite you to say the legal part after me. And I call upon the person
I call upon the person
here present to witness
here present to witness
that I, Brooke April Foley,
that I, Brooke April Foley,
taking James Allen John Mitchell,
take you James Allen John Mitchell,
who I lawfully wedded husband,
do I lawfully wedded husband. And I want you to put the rings out to Edwina. And
Thanks.
well, I'm family. I know. Thank you. So I've been seeing Ace a bit, you know, Ace Instagram posts, you know. What am I going to do now? This is really sad, isn't it? We're not breaking up though. I'll be back for the babies. I'm an expert in that. I wish to remind you both of your goals in marriage: to build their dream house, be honest and truthful to each other, to travel the world, to stay together, and to always be happy and healthy. And how important is that? James and Brooke, in a long space of time, you've experienced so much love and joy. You've shown us all here how much happiness is shared between both of you. The joining together of two hearts and two lives into one did not begin and does not end with this ceremony. It is a continuing process to which you have, for the first time, publicly promised to each other today. Each day you must make a decision again to share your lives together. No longer simply as partners and best friends. You have now become husband and wife. So I now invite, I'm going to do something different, Brooke to share her first kiss with her beautiful husband. Oh, that was the best kiss. Can you just do one more kiss for the road? I just want to assess it, that's all. Oh, that's a 20 out of 10. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to adjourn to sign some of the official paperwork. Please sit back and enjoy the music, and we'll be back very shortly. And I want to really thank our music people and our ring bearers as well. Good job. And we're also going to have Tara come forward and John come forward for the signing.